What's up with it? This is your boy G. Uh, I'm here once again talking about a couple of little stories, trying to share a little bit. Hopefully, somebody get to know me, somebody obtain some value out of these conversations that I'm having with y'all. All right, today's story is gonna be about what is it gonna be about? Last time I was talking about church girls and stuff. I'm gonna talk about hood chicks today. All right, my little hood chick experience. All right, so my little first little hood chick experience, right? I'm gonna do after high school because this shit was like kind of dumb. But after high school, all right. So you know, I'm dealing with I'm out here trying to like really struggle on the music thing. You know what I mean? I had printed out a whole bunch of CDs, started a little company, didn't really do a lot. But one thing about it, you know what I mean? I was just trying to really just figure out these females. And I was doing like R&B and shit like that. So basically, what ended up happening was once I started like just being out on the block, out on the street, I got my own little car, whatever, you know what I mean? First little chick I'm gonna start off with today, because I dealt with a lot of hood chicks, like a lot of hood chicks. It was this one little hood chick. I ain't gonna name no name. Let's call her Chick A. All right, Chick A. You know, I was dealing with, and this ain't no church girl shit. It was some hood ass chicks at the church, but it ain't no church girl shit. It's just basic, just in the streets. I met this chick. I Chick A. She was a stripper. How I met her was I was working for the school system at the time because I had like some college credits and stuff like that at the time, and I was working for a distribution warehouse in Memphis. Yeah, I was about how old was I? I was like 19, and I was working for this place. If niggas in Memphis know, it's called Technicolor. All right, so Technicolor was out. I was working for the school system. I worked for the a school system. I ain't gonna put the name out there. I was a teacher's assistant over there, and then I go. I had like two jobs: teacher's assistant in the day, warehouse at night. You know what I mean? Just try to come up, you know what I mean? Try to get my money up. Um, thinking I'm doing the right thing. I barely had time to sleep, like real talk. I barely had time to sleep, man. And all of a sudden, what ended up happening was one day I had what car I had? I had a Toyota Camry at the time. I had a Toyota Camry at the time, and I had ended up going to this gas station. Now, this gas station is located on State Line Road, right around where the warehouse I took out. And back in them days, when I got off on Saturday, I knew I ain't had to go to work, and I had a pocket full of money. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing but like shit just going down. I was expecting to meet some folks at the church. I was gonna be playing with my homeboys, nigga. We gonna be riding downtown or something. We gonna be doing something. You know what I mean? But all of a sudden, I pulled up at this gas station, man, and this super thick, bad chick, bad. I'm 37 now. I was like 19 at the time. This super bad chick was at the gas station, and I was like, oh. Then it was about a couple dudes out there, and I pulled up, and I just caught her as she was walking into the store. I guess she was trying to get some gas or something, and everybody like woo woo, but wasn't nobody saying nothing to her. So I was like on some bold ass shit. I was feeling great that day. I was like, you know what I mean? I was fly. I was kind of fly that day. And you know what I mean, just left. You know what I mean? I had went to the barber shop on Friday, and this is like early Saturday. This is like around like 11 a.m. Saturday. All right. Everybody watching them, they looking at me, You know how niggas do. They, Even the white dude was over there like, God, like what the hell? So I was like, man, y'all. And then she walked back outside. Didn't nobody say nothing to her. So I was like, nigga, y'all ain't finna say nothing to this chick. I'm finna say something to this chick. Fuck it. I said it something to this chick. All of a sudden, I got the number. But when I approached her, I was like, yo, what's your name? What's your name? She was like, I forgot her name. And I ain't finna say her name even if I remembered. But little chocolate dick motherfucker. I was like, God damn. But she told me she was a dancer. That was back in them days. It was like 2003, 4 type. You know what I mean? Alright. So I was like, yo, I'm cool with that. You cool with me being a dancer? I was like, yeah, I'm cool with that. And he was like, what the fuck? I don't know no better at the time. You know what I mean? I'm still a little green. So I'm up here like, okay. I'm like, cool. So I got the number. Everybody like, and she peeled off because she had got what she needed. Like, she peeled off because after I had waited for her to come outside, and so after I got the number, I was like, cool, bet I'ma call you. I went in the store. She had peeled off. Niggas came back out me. They gave me a like motherfucking ovation and shit. Like I was like, God damn, like it's your time now, young nigga. Like I was like, God damn, bro. I was getting pats on the back. Even the white dude was like, bruh, don't just do it for, don't do it for, don't just do it for yourself. Do it for all of us. And I was like, God damn, bruh. Like I felt so much pressure, but it was like, yo, she was a stripper and she was bad as shit. That was back in the day when strippers used to be bad as hell in Memphis. So I was like, cool. So I didn't really even call her because that was like, if I didn't call her, I didn't call her that day. I waited a couple days. Like I waited till like Sunday, like Sunday or something like that. I waited a couple days and I was like, you know what I mean? And then I shot her a little text message, let her know it was me. She ended up replying, but after that, I didn't really do shit. So long story short, next day I hit her up and she like, yeah, I was working all last night. I'm glad you called me. I called around like 3 in the evening because she was dance. It was Saturday. You know what I mean? She was, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to, you know what I mean? She ain't gonna get up like that. Like I'm up at 7, like, but she ain't up at 7. She was about 20. I was like 19 at the time. She was like 23. I was like, cool, shit. She was like, "What you do?" And I was like, "Nigga, I work. I'm a teacher's assistant at a school, and then I work at what's it called?" So they kind of had me in there, but I'm always up for a little hustle and shit. I do music and shit like that. And she's like, she stripped. She wanted to do music. She say she wanted to rap and shit. So I was like, cool, 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 cool. I like we got the kicking it. I ain't smashing nothing like, cause I'm like, damn, this is stripper pussy, bitch. I don't know what the fuck going on with your shit, but it's like it was like, wow, bro, like what the hell? Like you fine as hell. And come to find out, she was kind of feeling the nigga like on some real shit because she had kind of like she was from Mississippi. She moved to Memphis. She got cooked up with these cats that was pimping and shit like that. And that was my first introduction to some pimp game and shit. Cause she was getting pimped. I was kind of green at the time. And but I could see it because I grew up around pimping and shit, and I grew up around like these types of elements. But it was like I knew pimping. Pimping was in my family. Pimping was kind of in my family. Pimping was kind of on the streets. Some of my friends was pimps, and like you know what I mean. They always used to get on my head like, "Oh, G gonna be green as fuck out here, nigga. Like you gonna be out there trying to serenade these hoes." And I mean, I'm like, I ain't trying to serenade these bitches, nigga. Like they don't even take all that. I will on a certain kind of chick if the mood strikes me, like, but it wasn't that crucial. It just so I get to talking to the chick You know what I mean? She introduced me to like going to the strip club. I was underage like a motherfucker, but I was with her. I'm her manager at the time because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. She just threw me in that position thinking I knew what I was doing because I knew how to talk slick and shit, but I ain't know actually how to bag that shit up. So she threw me in her management position and she was shaking at the club. And they ended up calling it the Yellow Rose, but at the time it was like the Platinum Rose. The Platinum Rose, man. She danced at that motherfucker, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, you know what I mean? I just got to meeting her friends and shit. Everybody liked me and shit like that. Cause I wasn't just no thirsty dude. I'm not a thirsty dude. Like I don't even come off thirsty. I was like, hey man, yo, she said she was gonna do it. I was like kind of like not wanting to go back in the dress. She had me in the dressing room and everything. I was like, damn, bro, like I just met your ass Saturday. Like a week later, I'm in the dressing room and these strippers and shit. Like that was a whole adventure for me. Like I would have been straight right there because she already blew a nigga mind. And then she put a nigga in a position. And that was what was crazy about it. Never really talked about that shit. But it was like I'm at Platinum Rose every time. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to go to the studio. You know what I mean? And one thing about that shit, it did help me get over my ex though. Straight up, like that shit did help me get over my ex. And once she get to dancing, you know what I mean? I would always leave because I got appearances to keep up with certain people. Like I still stay with my moms at the time, so it was like I'm going to school. I stay with my moms. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. And like I got a lot of stuff going. Well, I really stayed with my dad at the time. Um, but yeah, man, I'm like bold as hell. I'm like trying to get up with these chicks, like, but she was actually damn cool. She showed me another side of females that I never really expected to see until like maybe a decade later when I actually started pimping out here. And that's a whole nother story. Like the reason why when I set that shit off, I mean, but I really wasn't pimping. I was just trying to get some ass, like at that time. So it was like, I mean, being a young nigga, I mean, I'm just out here, like, I can't believe I'm in this situation. And it was crazy, man. Shit, I take her home, like, you know what I mean, cause she would leave early too when I would leave early. Cause she first time I left early, she left early. She started getting mad at me because I had to leave around like 12 and shit like that. Like 11, 12. I ain't want to just be raising no eyebrows because I was kind of doing the most at the time. But and but how it was, she would invite me to her little apartment and shit, and she stayed. Where she stay at? She stayed like in the east. She stayed like she stayed in East Memphis. I'll leave it at that. Stayed in East Memphis like a motherfucker, man. And she would smoke hella weed. That's before I started smoking weed. So I never smoked weed with the bitch. I never smoked weed with the chick. I started smoking weed with my homies. I didn't smoke weed with her because I really wasn't just on like fucking with the weed because I still had to maintain certain shit. And I knew I could pass the drug test while I was smoking weed, but I didn't know exactly how to do it. And then I was lazy as hell when it came to shit like that. I'm not fit to do that, so why start? So basically, what I mean? I smashed the chick a couple times, but it was like I found out that she had another pimp nigga on the back burner, cause that's back in the day. That was like 2003, four. That was back in them days where bitches was like they was on some like they needed a pimp and shit. Like these days, chicks don't really need that. I ain't really got it like that. She wanted me to show her off. and she started wanting me to show out. That when I had to cut that shit off. I had smashed, so I was cool. I was like dead cool, bro. Like I was feeling like, you know what I mean, don't catch AIDS and shit. So I was strapping up like a motherfucker, bro. That bitch scared the hell out of me. I wasn't ready for that shit, bro. I went from like lame ass church chick to like like stripper bitch. Like straight up. It wasn't really a lot of differences actually. That's what surprised me. Like it wasn't really a lot of differences. It just like in demeanor. It was a lot of differences as far as what they did. N- In a way, but it's like stripper chicks is like way more honest about shit because they butt ass naked all the fucking time. That's what they do. They get naked to get money. But that's my idea of a stripper bitch. Okay, the stripper bitch I had. She was cool. I dated strippers since. Not like I mean I. She was a real stripper. Like she showed up to work on time every day. Like every day it was time for her to work, she was there. I've dated these chicks who half-ass strippers sometime. I wouldn't say I was exclusive with them, but I just knew them. We fucked and that was it. Like you know what I mean? They was sometime they was in the club, sometime they wasn't. They was trapping and shit. But other than that, I tried to get a couple of chicks after that on in the strip club, but they wasn't really with that shit. Let their body go. Like strippers nowadays, they like regular chicks now. That one thing I noticed, man. Back in the day, strippers was stripper. Like no matter what this bitch dressed like, you could tell this bitch can strip or she is stripping. Like now it's like these chicks is regular as fuck, bro. Like like real talk. I can't even lie to you, man. These chicks be regular as hell. Yeah. And then plus there's so much game you gotta have to even get a chick like that. You gotta come off a certain way. You gotta kind of like you can't. It don't. It helps not to be thirsty, dude. Like if you want to get a stripper chick, like from all the strippers that I've known, you can't. It helps not to be thirsty, dog. Don't you can't be thirsty. You gonna see some nice if you just want the nice strippers, like the badass strippers. Like right now, the game a little fucked up due to social media. But if you own your purpose and shit and you always figuring shit out, you can actually get their ass on some pimp or management or some or however you want to call it. I called it management. Like for real. There wasn't even no pimping because I really wasn't getting I was getting money off her, but it wasn't like I was getting money. Like straight up. It was maybe a little gas money for the week and a little something to eat or something like that. But it was like she was paying for my time because my time it was like whatever, bro. I still it wasn't like I fit let go both my jobs though. It wasn't that. I done seen this bitch make 5 racks. She'll break me off about a couple hundred. That's about some gas money and something like a phone bill or something like that. That ain't shit. And I wasn't trying to take a whole stash and shit. Like, cause I didn't know nothing about credit. I didn't know nothing about money management. All I know is I wanted to save. I managed my own money, you know what I mean? But it's certain little things that I had about myself that I had to just let go when it comes if you gonna be pimping and shit. Like you gotta take that bitch money, bro. Like you gotta manage her shit. You gotta make sure all her bills paid. You gotta make sure her bills paid. You got to make sure of a lot of things that she is trying to handle. You got to pry. Like, yo, what other kind of bills you got? You got a phone bill? All right, damn, I'm gonna pay this off. I doubled up on the phone bill payment, so your phone can always be on for the next 2 months. I'm gonna double up on your rent payment. I mean, or maybe I might not double up on your rent payment. Just act like you ain't got no money right now, so just go and do that. And first off, you get her fly. Like what I like to do, I I buy me some like invested somewhere. I wasn't I wasn't on the investments like I am now then, but I could flip some money real easy. It'll take a couple days. It just cause I wasn't flipping no motherfucking weed or nothing. Like I came off and I hindsight looking at it, she thought I was a dope boy. And when she found out I wasn't no dope boy, after a whole bunch of time, like me not selling no dope around her, not having no dope, not using no dope, not I wasn't on shit. She was on weed and pills and all type of shit. So her body wasn't gonna last. You really don't want no chick, especially if you gonna be pimping, bro. Like you really would kind of want a sober bitch. A bitch might, and straight up, and I'm gonna be on 100. I make a little concession for the weed and shit. But that's about it, bro. Anything beyond that, pills and all that shit, like I can't do that. But that was just a learning lesson. That situation didn't quite play out right, but you know, it was one of those situations. Learning lesson. I was a young ass nigga, bro, being introduced to the game, bro. I knew the game, but I really wasn't doing the game, and I didn't really have no game. Just to be honest with you, I knew generally what to do, but specifically, I just didn't know. Like I just didn't know. I had to learn that shit. I had that game to where I can talk you into shit and I don't have to do shit. And you would think this about me, but it was like when the rubber meet the road, you on your own, bro. Like straight up. And bitches back in them days, they can honestly see that, but they'll make concessions for niggas who they'll let a nigga get away with doing nothing for a little minute. And then after a while, it's like, you know what I mean? Well, you ain't get shit. And then you been taking my money and shit. And I really went for to pay this bitch bills like that. These days, if I hop back in the pimp game, I be paying the bitch bills and shit. She be paying her own. She really gonna be paying her own bills. It's just that, you know, it is what it is. I ain't finna get away the whole game, but it's like, come on now. Like you don't even make good decisions, bro. Like I'm gonna keep you fly. I'm gonna keep your hair done. Your hair gonna be straight. You this, that, and other thing. You gonna have some money on you. Like if you make 5,000, I'm gonna give you 1,000. I'm gonna pay all your bills and stuff, have and still have about 4,000 for myself because I done already paid all your bills and flipped what I had. That's what the fuck I'm gonna be doing, and I'm gonna be fly everywhere we go. You gonna be fly everywhere you go. That's how it go. That's just how that shit go. I ain't did that shit because it's like certain little moral shit that I have to get over again because I mean like I'm doing other kind of business that ain't got nothing to do with that. But it's like you real deal gotta be the rock that this chick can handle, lean on. You gotta be a rock in this chick life. So once you a rock in her life, you can actually get a lot of shit popping and shit like that. Um, and not to get on this pimp shit. It's like when I look at Kevin Samuels and I look at the Red Pill community and all that stuff and the the Manosphere and people like that. Yeah, they got rules to actually like what you need to do to get like the average chick or maybe above average chick. You can I mean, it's only certain dudes that gonna get the above average chicks, but you gotta be on your purpose. You gotta be your own man. Like it's a reason why. This is what I tell motherfuckers, like straight up. If you are your own man, I mean, you kill what you eat. You don't go to the store and buy it. Like you got your own business type shit, and you making that shit run. You making money. Everything is kind of smooth. You can get some bad bitches, like straight up. But that's not all it take. It's just one of the key components in doing certain shit. Like if I don't have to clock in nowhere, I can definitely get a bad chick. If I had to clock in somewhere, I can get a bad chick. It's just that once I'm once I'm at a certain point, if I'm clocking in somewhere and getting a bad chick, I got to have the confidence. I got to have the patience. I got to have the drive. I got to have this because that's what a chick gonna want. She ain't gonna have no patience for nobody. So once you get your stuff built, then I don't suggest niggas do that with a chick though. Like you gotta find your own purpose though, cause for real. Now certain little opportunities will land in your lap while you got a chick, and you gotta know how to control a chick who don't see that, and you gotta let her see that. You gotta explain that, break that down to her in a way that she all the way down for you. You gotta know what you talking about. Can't be no bullshit in what you saying because women are bullshit detectives. They bullshit detectives on extra sensitive. So if you don't, they bullshit detectives is on extra sensitive, especially these hoes. They'll see that bullshit from a mile away. I ain't the type of dude that be just gonna be on there telling riddles and shit like that. Like, nah, bro. Like, this shit gotta work in real life. Like, and I'm gonna go all the way in on this shit. Like, that's the only way you're gonna get a chick to follow you because you got your leadership got to be. And that I didn't understand that at the time. I was always kind of a leader on a certain level, but on another level, I just wasn't even. I damn near barely was a worker. And then as I got older, I kind of figured it out. I knew it on a certain level, but I had to upgrade to another level. I'm still on that because pimping, like pimping, taught me a lot. I don't do the shit now, but it taught me a lot. And what it, the main thing it taught me was if you're not ready for a certain kind of chick, don't even be out here looking for it. Like for real, don't even be out here looking for it. If you're not ready for it, don't be out here like that. Do not be out here like that. Don't do that to yourself. And don't do that to yourself. It just you just gotta you gotta be you. You gotta be you. You gotta stay on your purpose. If something that you don't understand today, understand that understand it today so you can know it tomorrow. Add that on to your collection. Do that. Do this. Or when that chick do come around, you'll be ready for that type of shit. Like that's why I study psychology. That's why I study finance. That's why I study business. I got my bachelor's. It's the game is bigger than just what you say and how you come off. I think I done mastered that to the point where yeah, if this chick fall for this shit, then it's gonna be some bullshit coming down the line because I got the business, but if this is all I have, the game, the where I come off the right way and say the right thing, I'm slick kind of simping out here, but and then I'm slick kind of tricking because if I'm just doing this for some ass, then like you know what I mean, you a little too thirsty out here to just be like at first off. Well, I ain't gonna get into that today. I ain't gonna get into that because I just started this. I'm just trying to be consistent about posting every day, and I don't. I gotta. I'm really trying to gauge my audience, and I might not need to go into this whole pimping thing. So the sensibilities, uh, and I don't really want to come off a certain way either. It just I'm trying to be real. I don't really have much content to like talk about. It's just that the pimping shit, like this, these are my life experiences. I'm trying to let y'all know who I am. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? I got a fundraiser going on and some more shit. Like it's just what it is, bro. Like I gotta be smart about what the fuck my moves is. And I right now I can't handle the chick right now. But once everything gets kind of smoother in my in my life, like as far as my business, where I set up these systems and stuff, so I don't have to just be there every day or focus every day, then I'll be ready to tackle on the average chick. Right now, I need a above average chick that's gonna help me in my business things and stuff like that. So, and not something I'm really just looking after or nothing like that. It's just, you know, it is what it is. Uh, it's not something I'm just needing. So, well, that's my story for today. And if you like these stories and want me to continue, like, share, and subscribe.